What's going on, everybody? This is your food delivery junkie coming at you with another video. Today, I got a story that I want to tell you. So I want to apologize up front uh, if I start stammering or stuttering or going all over the place. But I have a lot of people ask me, how come I wait so long at these restaurants? You're not making any money. It takes a lot of time. And the reason I tell them is because it ain't about the money. It's really not about the money. I do it for other reasons. And so let me give you a little backstory as to why. Well, I did 23 years in the military. I retired. A little backstory. I'll probably go into detail in another video, in more detail in another video. But I did 23 years in the military. I started, I joined the military when I was 29, 30 years old when I joined. And I did 23 years. I retired in 2016. The reason why I retired in 2016, I had made it up the ladder. I was at the top, and I found myself having to decide about people's careers, and the decision was based on, their mental state, the physical state, and different stuff like that. So those of you who've been in these veterans, you will probably understand what I'm talking about. But I had to make decisions on people's careers, their livelihood, their families, different stuff like that. But it started to get to me because some of the reasons that I was making these decisions on was happening to myself. But I had to hide it, keep it to myself because, hey, I'm in this leadership position. First of all, it's a career ender, number one. Second of all, you have soldiers looking up to you. So you always give your best foot forward. And I was one of those, hey, be all you can be. I was one of those type individuals. But I found myself making these decisions on their careers, their families, and stuff like that, based on reasons that I was dealing with, mental issues, physical issues, and different things like that. So instead of furthering my career, I said, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and retire because I felt that I've always been a person about with principles, and one of the principles is whatever I tell you or whatever we talk about, it's gonna be about facts. It's gonna be 100%. I never was one of those political guys. You're gonna know exactly how I feel. Whether you see it on my face or whether I say it, you're gonna know exactly how I feel. And that's another reason why I decided to retire too. But the main reason is the decisions that I had to make about my soldiers based on some of the same issues that I had at the time. So one of the issues, like I said, was the mental state. So I didn't start going to seeing a counselor or anything like that until later on down in my career. And then I snuck around to go see the counselor, because everybody was going pretty much to see the same counselor. So you as a leader, you might be seeing the same counselor as one of your soldiers. So I kind of snuck around for a bit. I did it a couple of times while I was in Germany, but because of the leadership positions and not wanting anybody to know what was going on, and right now this is my career, I kept it quiet. Okay, but right now, as far as my mental state, I suffer from PTSD. Um, Certain counselors might say I'm bipolar. Heck, I don't know if I am or not, but I've been told that I'm possibly bipolar. The whole left side of my body is nerve damage. Uh, Both of my ankles on my feet are swollen. They will never heal. That's forever. The nerve damage on the side of my body, unless I do surgery on my neck, um, it's not gonna ever heal. I have cracked bones in my back, my lower back, and different things like that. Just not gonna heal um, unless I get surgery. But my doctor, he said, hey, you don't want to have surgeries on all these different parts, like your feet, my shoulder, my back, my neck. uh, until uh, you just can't get around anymore, because it's not guaranteed that those surgeries are going to make you feel any better. If anything, it might make you feel worse. So hold off on those surgeries. So, like I said earlier, I retired in 2016 because I felt that I was living a lie, and living a lie was uh, putting these soldiers out or putting them in the red zone for some of the same things that I was dealing with. And like I said before, I never was one of those political guys. What what I felt, you gonna know. I'm gonna let you know. You know, and that's another reason why I got out, because after a certain level, it's not about all of that. It's about you know doing what you can to um, further your career, being political, being diplomatic, and stuff like that. And I've never been that type of person, um, so I wasn't trying to do all that. So anyway, after I retired, I stayed on post for a while. Now they got this program on post at the time, Fort Hood, where once you retire, you civilian, you you could live in housing. So the reason why I decided to just stay in housing is because I was planning on building a house, and I didn't want to move right away, and it was going to be I think about 6 or 7 months before the house was ready, uh, you know, for us to move in. So I stayed on post for those 6 7 months. Now at this time I'm not doing anything because I had already said when I get out the military, I'm not working for nobody else. I don't give a darn. I just ain't doing it. Because even if you got a civilian job, your civilian clothes is a uniform too. I had done got tired of the meetings, I had got tired of the early mornings, I got tired of all of that. So I had said to myself, I wasn't working for nobody once I get out. Now, what happened with that though is that I'm sitting up in the house. I got these physical issues going on. I got these mental issues going on, and I'm still on post. So I hear the artillery rounds in the background. I hear the small arms fire in the background, and being on the installation at that time was almost like being in the city. It looked like every other hour you heard sirens going off because a lot of things was going on post. You had people breaking into houses, you had people that were being killed, you had assaults, you had all kinds of stuff going on the installation. A lot of people think that the installation is safe, and in some ways, it is safer than being outside of the gates. But stuff still goes on. So, like I said, so I'm in the house by myself. My daughter's in school. My wife going to work. It's just me and the dogs. So all that time I'm sitting there not doing anything, it's just going through my head. You know, my head is just spinning, spinning, spinning. Think about different things. You know, think about damn, I can't do the things I used to be able to do. Blah blah blah, that type of stuff. Like I said, I still heard the artillery rounds going off, small arms fire, sirens, different stuff like that. And if you ever been to Fort, uh, at that time it was Fort Hood, but it's Fort Cavazos. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly. Now, it looks just like the buildings and all that kind of stuff downrange. So if you ever been downrange and you've been to Fort Cavazos, you know what I'm talking about. It looks exactly like you downrange, you know. So I was having um, flashbacks and different stuff like that. So I'm here by the house, in the house by myself. So there was nothing there to occupy my mind and occupy my time. So instead of getting better, I was getting worse. All right. So your home is supposed to be your safe place, but after a while, it wasn't my safe place anymore. And a lot of reasons. One of the big reasons was because I wasn't able to do some of the things that I used to do before. So now, feeling depressed and that type of stuff. So I decided maybe it's time for me to doggone uh, get out this house and go around and do some things. But also during that time, being around a lot of people and all that kind of stuff wasn't good for me. My temper it was quick. You know, I'm ready. I mean, the slightest little thing, I'm ready to, you know, okay, we about to. You might start this, but I'm about to end this. Um, so um, it wasn't getting better. It was getting worse. So I said, well, maybe I need to go ahead and get out this house, do some counseling. I did group counseling, different stuff like that. But what I decided to do, I decided to start with Uber, doing Uber and doing Lyft. This was during the times when Uber, um, with Uber, because you can do it now, you can either drive or do the food delivery part or both. But I decided just to do the passengers for Uber Eats. I mean for Uber and for Lyft. So I was able to get out there, not be stuck in one place, meet new people, see different things around the city of Killeen, different neighborhoods and different stuff like that. So I started doing that. Um, and I'm gonna give you a reason later on as to why I stopped doing just regular Uber and Lyft, but I had to stop doing it. But I would tell you why later. This video will probably be too long if I go into all of that. So after a while, I decided not to do Uber. I quit doing Lyft, but I decided to do the food delivery piece because with the food delivery piece, I ain't got to worry about people getting in my vehicle, messing it up, and talking trash, and you know what I'm saying, disrespecting your vehicle and all that kind of stuff. So I just decided to do food delivery only. So I started doing Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. I started doing those food deliveries because I was still able to meet different people, still able to see different parts of Killeen, see places that I probably wouldn't even have known about if I wasn't doing the delivery piece. You know, you got some areas in Killeen, man, they got mansions back here in some of these mountains and off of some of these state roads. When you look at the road going by, it's like old raggedy fence with a broken down mailbox. But you go down the little path and it's a $2 million, $3 million house back there. So I was able to see some things that I wouldn't have been able to see if I would just stayed cooped up uh, at home. So it's not about the money because I do this. I do the food delivery uh, thing because just to have something to do. All right, just to have something to do. Keep those what's the word I want to use? Not devilish, but keep those mean thoughts out of my head. You know, uh, about wanting to do something to somebody, or maybe run my truck off the road, or put a bullet in my head, or whatever. So I started doing that um, as I guess a form of therapy. Really, that's why I do that. So when I go uh, in here and I stay at these restaurants for a long period of time, not making any money or anything like that, I'm doing it because it ain't about the money. For me, it's about therapy, number one. Number two, it's about uh, actually getting out the house and seeing different things. So it's about that kind of stuff. And after a while, I started enjoying delivering food. Like I said, you meet different people from all walks of life. Not all of them are friendly, but the vast majority are. You get to learn a little something about them because not everybody you just drop the food off and go. Some people you stand out there, talk to them for a while or whatever, you know. So I started enjoying doing the food delivery piece. Um, so for me, it's more about enjoyment. It's more about therapy, and at the same time, I figured since I'm out here, let me let me try to do something else. You know, um, I've always been a person. I never thought that careers were important, and the reason why I say I don't, and I don't want to get too long into this, but the reason why I say careers to me is not important is because most people in their careers, when they climb to get to the top, they don't really enjoy what they're doing. But the more money you make, the more money you want to spend, the better lifestyle you want to live. So it becomes more about that than the career itself. But I enjoy doing the food delivery piece. So I said, hey, let me go ahead and see if I can um, extend this further. You know, put a channel out, show people how what's going on. With the delivery drivers out there, what you had to deal with, restaurants you go to, the people that you had to deal with, that type of stuff. Let me go ahead and this is something that I really like. So let me go ahead and see if I could um, go a little further with this. So I'm going to end this video right here, but I'm going to continue to do different videos like this that give you a better understanding as to why I do the food delivery piece and how it came to that piece. But hopefully, folks that look at this video, watch this video, especially those military veterans out there that understand what I'm saying, know where I'm coming from, that you can share this, push this out to other people out there, um, so they can maybe have a better understanding of what's going on with them. And hopefully, this is uh, a step forward in their lives to do those things that they need to do to make life a little bit better for them. So with that, hey, this is Stu, your food delivery junkie. I'm out of here, but I had to do this real quick while it was on my mind. Again, thanks for watching. I need for you to subscribe, like, share my channel on YouTube. Matter of fact, I do a few clips on TikTok, not a whole lot, and I do some stuff on Facebook, but my main drive is YouTube. Now I'm also starting to pushing stuff to Instagram also, and the name of the channel is Food Delivery Junkie also. So I'm trying to grow this channel. Support me, um, and let's make this thing happen. Again, thank you for watching, and till next time, peace.